Hey there, Seahawks. It's Miss Adams, and in this video, we're going to learn about permutations. All right, a permutation is any of the various ways in which a set of things can be ordered. All right, so list all of the arrangements for the letters in ZAP. How many arrangements are there? So we have Z, A, and P, and we can arrange it Z, A, P. We could keep the Z first and switch the A and the P, so it'd be Z, P, A. I could put the P first, that would give me PAZ and PZA. Or I could put the A first, that'd give me AZP and APZ. All right, those are all the different permutations, all the ways we could rearrange the letters, which is 6. All right, how many rearrangements are there for the letters in the words math or Disney? All right, so finding all of these rearrangements or the permutations is more difficult because once you add, like 3 isn't bad. Once you add a few more letters or a few more numbers, it gets a lot more difficult. So we have a rule that we're going to use. If n different things are rearranged without repetition, there are n factorial, that's what that exclamation mark is, permutations. Using the rule, find the number of rearrangements of the letters in the word. So math has 4 letters, so it'd be 4 factorial. 4 factorial means 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which works out to 24. All right, Disney has 6 letters, so it's 6 factorial, which would be 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Or you can do 6 and then get the factorial button in your calculator, which there's a couple ways to get that. The easiest way would be to hit alpha and then window at the top. So alpha, window, and then you can go down. It's option number 9. Or you can go hit the math button and then go over to probability, and then it's option 4. And that works out to be 720. All right, there are 9 baseball players on a team. How many lineups are there? So this would be 9 factorial, which is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which works out to be 362,880 possible lineups. All right, what if you wanted to rearrange the letters in the word vanilla? How is this different? All right, so if you look at the word vanilla, this time you can see that there are some repeating letters. All right, A repeats and L repeats. So for that, we need a new rule. Our new rule would be n factorial. N stands for the number of things, so in this case, they're letters, divided by repeating letter 1 factorial, repeating letter 2 factorial, repeating letter 3 factorial, and so on. And how R would be like the number of times that letter repeats. So A repeats twice would be 2 factorial. L repeats twice would be 2 factorial. So there are 7 letters, including 2 A's and 2 L's. So this would be 7 factorial over 2 factorial times 2 factorial. 2 factorial for the A's and 2 factorial for the L's. Okay, so when I put this in my calculator, I get 1,260. All right, how many ways can you rearrange the letters in Mississippi? All right, so this one does have some repeats. So we're going to start, how many letters does it have total? All right, well, it has 11, so it's 11 factorial over, I have repeats for the I, repeats for the S, and repeats for the P. So I, there's 4 factorial. S, there's 4 factorial. And P, there's 2, so 2 factorial. So I'm going to do 11 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 4 factorial times 2 factorial. And I get 34,650 rearrangements of the letters in the word Mississippi. All right, Grizzly wants to change his password, which is Grizzly121, but with the same letters and numbers. In how many ways can he do that? So he wants to keep all of those letters and numbers. He doesn't want to add any new letters, but he wants to change the order of them. How many different permutations can be made with those letters and numbers? All right, well, there are 10 letters and numbers combined. So 10 factorial over, I have repeating z's and repeating 1's. So I have 2 z's and 2 1's. So over 2 factorial times 2 factorial, which works out to 907,200 permutations. All right, so I want to show you how you can get to the factorial in your calculator. So you can, first let's do a problem that has maybe a fraction. So if you wanted to make a pretty fraction, you can do alpha y equals, and then you have n over d, you can do it that way. And then in the top, let's say you're going to put 10 factorial, so 10, and then we want to put the factorial. I'm going to show you 2 different methods. So you can press math, you can go over to probability, and then you can go down to option 4. You can get it that way. And then let's say this is going to be over 2 factorial. So another way to get the factorial is to do alpha window. And then it's going to be option 9. And then you can enter. Okay? All right, go Seahawks.